So I wanted to show you guys this. This is the very first real big cosplay piece that I printed with the Ender 3. I decided I'd kick off the Stormtrooper build with the helmet and the Ender 3 building the most important parts of the helmet, just to see how it would do, because you guys know that I love doing the post-processing part. So I'm going to be sanding anyways and bondoing and things like that, so it doesn't matter if it really screws it up or not, because I can usually fix. And it's been a really good printer. I have faith in the Ender 3, so I had a lot of faith in it printing this pretty good, and it did a fantastic job, a phenomenal job. You can see this here. This is a dark blue Amazon basic PLA, and you can actually see let me see if I can get this. You can see the lines here. That's the inside infill. So this is printed at 1.5 layer height, and it's got a pretty thin wall thickness, but feels very sturdy, very strong. I just think that's weird. That's the first time I've ever seen that, and I've done the blue. You guys that have been on this channel know that I've done the Amazon basic blue PLA before, and I've never seen those infill lines on the outside. I think that's wild. But this is it all the way around, and you guys know, I know that I had some people wondering how the Ender 3 does with the cosplay, and if I was going to be using it for the cosplay stuff. It is a bigger build plate. This is the build plate here. It is a bigger build area than the Anycubic i3 Mega, so I can actually break things into bigger pieces if I wanted to and just put them on the Creality Ender 3. I'm printing some pieces right now on the Anycubic i3 Mega. I'm printing all the top pieces on the Anycubic and all the bottom pieces to the helmet on the Creality. That way you guys can tell the difference. I'm going to be switching color. I was going to color coordinate it, but I don't have that much clear left, and that's what I'm printing the first piece on the Anycubic with. And I got a whole bunch more. I bought 5 rolls for $55. So I'm going to do all the Ender 3 with the blue, and then I'll do the Anycubic in the other colors, and you guys can see. I'm very impressed. Very impressed by this Ender 3. Big piece. You can see this is my hand. Pretty big piece. It's only a quarter of the Stormtrooper. Really, really good. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that. You guys that 3D print and stuff, I suggest go over to Amazon and get you some filament. It's really good filament. It really is, for super, super, super cheap. I don't know where you're going to find a better deal. And they can do that because they're a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate, and they make so much money they can give filament for super cheap. So I'm going to go ahead and pop off all the support on here, and I'm going to show you the piece. I think the support is 10% support, 10% infill. Or no, it's 15% infill, 10% support density. So I'm going to pop off all this support, and I'll show you guys the pile of support that it took. I used Cura, and then I'll show you the actual piece off of the build plate without the supports and stuff on it before we go. Alright, there it is. That's all the support. None of it came off of one big piece. That's like the biggest piece right there. Man, that was terrible. It took me forever. That's it. I gotta go in here and do some Dremel work. If the support wouldn't have been so bad, this wouldn't look so bad. You can see where I had to get in there. I usually, when taking off support, I usually use like one of these and some of these. That's all I really need. Most of the time I just need these. These are awesome, by the way. Get you some electrical wire clippers. See how they have the electrical gauges in there? But right here in the front, look at those two. It's just like it's like a horse's mouth, basically. Just the grip's right in the front. You get on the edge of that and just kind of shake it a little like this, and it just pops it off usually. I love these things. These are what I try to get support off with more than anything else. And they got a spring right here to open them back up. And then if you want to put it on a piece, push that in, and it closes it. Keeps it closed. I think that's cool. But anyways, I had to use a knife. I use these stainless steel knives. They're super strong so they don't bend up or anything like that. I think I've broken the tips off of all of them though. And I used these. So 4 different things it took me to get all this support off. It just sucked. And I don't think that has anything to do with the ender. I think it has everything to do with Cura and the settings that I had it in. So I went and redid a bunch of the settings. Redid the way that I did the supports on a lot of the rest of the pieces. I've got very, very little support. And the cool thing on Cura now is you can get like, you can set up like a support block on portions of it. So that's what I did on a lot of it to cut out so much support. Because I mean, this whole inside had supports all in it. That was ridiculous. And you don't need it on parts like this. I should have been more vigilant, you know, on a part like this or a spot like that. Because if they roll up like that, almost circular, you know, then they don't need supports. It's just flat edges, basically. So I could have taken a lot out of that. Even like this part here, that would have all built. It wouldn't have needed support all. I mean, this whole thing had support from here to here. This whole bottom piece. This didn't need it right here. You needed support there and support here. But this part right here and this part right here doesn't need it because of the way that it is circular like that and the way that it gradually goes up like that. And it just doesn't need it. But anyways, I think it looks really good for my first big piece on the Ender 3. I really do. I'm pretty jacked up about it. See, this is up like this, right? It's up like that on the bed. I have supports inside here. Why would I have supports inside here? And they're supports to nothing. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I'll continue to add to this video and show you guys comparisons and stuff to the Anycubic i3 Megas pieces. When we put it all together, you guys will see it all. Put some light on that right there. That's a pretty good spot that you guys can see the quality in the Ender 3. So it's 1.5 or 0.15 millimeter layer height, and I ran it at 220 degrees. I ran it at 220 degrees, 60 degrees in the bed. The speed was on the Creality 120 on the print speed, and the rest of it was 60. The rest of the speeds were 60. It was supposed to only have 10% support, but that seems like it was a lot more than 10%. I moved it all the way down to 3%. Because Cura put it all over this, where it wasn't even necessary. But I don't know what other settings. If you guys need to know any of the other settings, let me know. Leave a comment and I'll tell you the other settings. Just tell me which one you want to know. Alright, bye.